I thank you, Dr. Salim Ahmed Salim, for inviting me to speak after you have given me this prestigious award to the gathering. Director of Ceremonies, Your Excellency John Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellencies, Heads of States and Government, not only from those who served Africa, I'm also addressing His Excellency Matti Ahtisaari, the former President of the Republic of Finland. Your Excellencies, the laureates of the Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership, Dr. Mo Ibrahim, founder and executive chairman of the Ibrahim Foundation, Dr. Salim Ahmed Salim, chairperson of the Prize Committee, esteemed members of the Prize Committee, esteemed board members, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. To be given an award by any reputable institution is an honor for the recipient. For me, to be given an award by the Mo Ibrahim Foundation, an organization whose selection criteria is based on objective and independent judgment of eminent members of the Prize Committee, is particularly appreciated. The news that I have been selected as a winner of the 2014 Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership reached me on the 2nd of March this year, barely 3 weeks before the end of my second term, and indeed the last term as Namibia's second president. It was an unexpected but a pleasant surprise. It was a pleasant surprise indeed. On the 21st March this year, I handed over power to my worthy, popularly elected successor and the third president of our country, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my wife my family and I are grateful to the Mo Ibrahim Foundation Prize Committee for honoring me in this way. I say thank you. Thank you very much. For giving me the opportunity to join the distinguished laureates of the prestigious Ibrahim Prize. This honor is not for me alone. I accept it with a sense of great humility on behalf of the people of Namibia, who entrusted me through democratic processes to lead our country as president for 2 consecutive terms of 5 years each. Their commitment to uphold democracy and the rule of law made the modest achievements that were recorded during my tenure of office possible. I also wish to thank my colleagues in the government and the ruling SWAPO party who worked with me over the years in governing our country. That I am receiving this prestigious award here in Ghana, the land of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, is of profound historical and political significance to me. His memorable words that independence of Ghana would be meaningless unless linked up with the total liberation of Africa motivated the many, especially African liberation movements, to fight with determination in order to break the chains of colonialism. Namibia and many other countries in Africa endured protracted wars of national liberation. During that struggle, our people called for respect for human rights, dignity, and equal opportunities for all. They now demand that this be accorded to everyone regardless of his economic or social status. For many decades, these moral and political expectations have presented both challenges and opportunities for our continent. It was expected that the attainment of nationhood would usher in a new era, an era of sustained peace, stability, social justice, and development. Instead, armed conflicts, civil wars, economic dislocation, and the social upheavals have become all too prevalent in some parts of our continent. Statistically, Africa has lost more lives as a result of internal armed conflicts and civil wars than during the wars of liberation against the colonialism and the foreign oppression. This demonstrates inadequate leadership in the African continent. We should all feel outraged by the horrific scenes of the killing of innocent people in the Central African Republic and the horrendous displacement and suffering of the people of South Sudan. We should condemn in the strongest terms the heinous atrocities committed by Boko Haram, Nigeria, and in other Lake Chad Basin countries. Al-Shabaab in Somalia and in Kenya, as well as the atrocities against innocent civilians in Mali. Just today, around about 7 o'clock in the morning, I think all of us have heard what had happened in Mali's capital. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, genuine social economic development here in Africa or elsewhere cannot be exclusively preserved for governments and their agencies, meaning government agencies. Sufficient space must be provided for all stakeholders, such as private sector, vibrant civil society organizations, free media, independent and honest judiciary, independent and honest judiciary, as well as women and the youth to make their contributions. Today, thousands of Africans are forced to leave their countries in search for better living conditions in Europe. In the process, many of them have drowned on the higher sea in the Mediterranean. I implore the European countries to ensure that no matter how the migrant left their countries of origin, they must be treated humanly and with dignity. African governments should assume their full responsibility to create conditions at home so that our people cannot flee to other continents in search of better life. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is now about 58 years since Ghana gained independence and became the first black African to defeat colonial rule. I know we had Liberia, we had Ethiopia, we had Egypt. Which other one? Oh, I see. I'm told, I have been reminded that Sudan is also joined Ghana. The rule or the honors is on us, the leaders and the people of Africa, to pursue a new development trajectory that embraces unity, hard work, and innovation. We must invest in education and training, and at the same time reject the vices of divisions, corruption, and a coup d'etat that have undermined Africa's development for decades. We must reject constitutional manipulation and encourage consensus. We must reject the manipulation of the constitutions. This must be our mission as the African people. It must be the mission of all African leaders. No individual or group of people should be allowed to usurp power from democratically elected leaders with impunity. Your Excellencies, since the first Ibrahim Prize was awarded to His Excellency Joaquim Chissano, my fellow freedom fighters, we were together in Dar es Salaam on those years. It has become one of the important benchmarks for measuring good governance and democratic leadership in Africa. The laureates of the Ibrahim Prize, whom I have the privilege to join them today, have demonstrated what is possible and achievable in the African continent. They have shown that Africa is about hope, optimism, respect for human rights, progress, and above all, peace, stability, and social justice. Africa is also about political and social inclusivity, good governance, respect for differences, tolerance, and diversity. This is what we wanted to see happen in all parts of Africa. Africa should do more to consolidate constitutional democracy, uphold the rule of law, promote accountable governance, and respect the human rights for our people. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Ibrahim, the Foundation, and the Prize Committee for bestowing upon me this rare honor. It is a recognition for which I will remain forever grateful. The prize will enable me to implement the aims and objectives of the Hifikepunye Pohamba Foundation, which I have established. It was not established from March the 2nd when I got the news. It was long back established. The aim of the foundation is to support young Namibians who wish to pursue training, especially in the fields of agriculture and the food production, in the hope that this will contribute to human and food security in our country. On behalf of my wife, and she's there, my family, and indeed the people of Namibia, it is now my distinct pleasure to accept the 2014 Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership. I have already shown it to you. I thank you. Before I leave the podium, I have some token of appreciation that I would like to hand over. Would you like to come and join me, honey? Thank you, thank you. To hand over to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, and the other one goes to His Excellency Dr. Mo Ibrahim, founder, chairperson of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation, and the other one it goes to Dr. Salim Ahmed Salim, chairperson of the Prize Committee of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. I'm not asking them to come. I will take this to them.